So going into the next game, we're getting the lobby put together for it, and why Jack? I just why is it Jack Skins?
Another one?
Jaximus.
Yo, Jaximus is good. That goes to that actually I bought that skin because I liked the voice behind it as well as it went to a good cause.
Such Jax. Many Grandmasters might proc.
Much leap strike.
Yeah, I went to click over.
Counter strike.
I went to click over to get to type in your name because Lurch was asking for the other name, and then this popped up, and I'm like trying to type it out so I can get you invited to the lobby. Look, it's a Jack skin.
How many do you have now? That's what, 4?
I think I'm only missing 2 now. I'm missing. Let's see, what am I missing? I'm missing
the ones you have.
Nemesis and the other one? I'll look in a second, hold on.
You're missing Nemesis and Pax, Jax.
Yeah. Like
I own Nemesis. Nemesis is good. It's a good skin. But overall I like Jaximus.
Yeah. I just let's take a look at all of these Jack skins. Okay. So I have Vandal, and I have Angler, and I have Jaximus, and I have yeah. The only one I'm missing is Nemesis, and
Nemesis
then I have
and Pax.
And then I have all of the Jax and Pax. You know, you can't get Pax anymore, unless some writer somewhere has a code hanging out under their desk, and I can be like, "Yo, man, give me that."
I think there's some on eBay though.
Oh, that wouldn't surprise me, but I don't have $300. I'm just guessing. It's probably not that much.
TF goes for a lot more than that. Jax is like cheap.
The only one I like is Pax Sivir, and not even that much.
Let's see, who goes for the most? Okay, TF goes for the most. It's like Jax, and then it's like Sona and Sivir, because they were always giving out.
I got a bunch of Lux skins too, if I remember right. Where's Lux at on here? I can't even this list. It's an L. That comes over here. Aha, there we go. Let's see. I think I have Sorceress and Spell Thief and Commando, or is it just yeah? No, I don't have Spell Thief, so it's Sorceress and Commando.
I love the Commando. You know what I did with my friends before? Cause
Imperial's the only one that I like out of the skins.
Imperial?
Yeah, I like Imperial.
Steel Legion?
Nah, I don't like Steel Legion. I mean, Steel Legion's ult looks really cool, but Imperial's like definitely my favorite one for that one.
Yeah. The funny thing is, with the Commando skins, what is it? Me and my friends, we all decided, yo, we're gonna play 5s all together, and we're gonna all have the Commando skins. So we had Lux, we had Galio, we had Jin Zhao, Jarvan, and I forgot the 5th one. I'm not sure what.
I'm gonna have to remember to go screenshot those from the VOD. Hopefully tomorrow, if I have some free time, I can actually get some of those gift games done. For anyone that's watching, if you buy me a Champer skin, I will play a game with that Champer skin. So if you mystery gifted or normal gifted or whatever, give me a Champer skin, I'll play a game for you. I finally have my computer set up so I can kind of stream whenever. So I'm starting to like go through the queue of games that I owe people. So that just added 2 Jax games to the like Vandal Jax game that I have to play, and then the Angler Jax game. I have to play 4 games as Jax. So, and I got 2 Urgot skins.
Oh god.
I got both of them. Like, okay, that's great. How does that even happen? I buy Urgot just to play him bottom lane sometimes, and yeah, I just end up with both the Urgot skins. I'm like, okay, well, that's amazing. And then I keep getting random. I got 2. I have 2. I got 2 for Ali and 2 for Ashe, and I forget what some of the other mystery ones were. So we're just waiting for the chat bans to go through here, barring any more delays of game. It's like, yeah, let's make the stream take longer. Blam, pop up.
Yeah, Wukong being banned out. First ban coming in from the side of Cheese Enema.
Wukong is a really
What?
Why? Oh! No!
We keep interrupting even when we don't want to.
No! Why? Why is it a Teemo? I don't even... It's... Help me.
Where? You got a Teemo skin?
Save me. Save me from the gift pop-up.
Okay, guys, we're gonna go to a quick commercial break, and we'll be back once Gandair just starts ripping out his hair.
Okay, Silent. Next time someone tries to gift me, I want you to just jump in front of the screen and catch it.
Just jump. Oh my god, it's Happy Elf.
I know, it's Elf Teemo. I forgot that was even a skin.
Oh god. Oh my god. Okay. Enough with everything. And we do see the last 3 bands coming out.
Save me, players.
Pantheon.
Get me into a game so I can't get the pop-up anymore.
Okay. Yeah, we gotta go into a game. Go. Save Gandair.
Please,
Saving Private Gandair right now.
Save me from the
Saving Private Gandair. But yeah, let's go over to chat ban. So Wukong being banned out. Pretty OP ban. Has that annoying escape as well as the AoE knockup and the shred. Plus his passive giving him bonus armor and MR. Pantheon being banned. Pantheon overall is great pick. Has that global ult and that shred. Also has that execute damage. Ezreal, lot of respect from blue team going over to purple team. Afro Dynasty showing how he does not require a map with Ezreal. He hits those ults like it's nothing.
Dude, those ults last night that we saw were
those
out
ults,
of control.
Oh my gosh. I was just excited to be able to catch even some of them. Like I would like see it go and then I would miss the kill, but then I was able to get that one on Janna down at the middle Storm Relic, and that was just amazing by him. And
the timing with that shield falling off right before it landed too, otherwise Janna would have lived. Or if Jan had gotten the Storm Shield. Like, there was like a half second where the one shield had dropped and the Storm Shield hadn't been picked up, and that's right where it landed. And then earlier in, it was, I think it was Everglade versus Cheese? There was, an Ezreal play where they even, like, walked apart from each other. I think it was J4 and Leo. And they walked apart from each other so that they couldn't both get hit by it, but they didn't quite walk far enough, so he shot it right down the middle between them, and each edge of it happened to hit him, and he got the 2-for-1 on it, like right after he hit 6.
I know the one you're talking about. I remember catching that on stream as well. Now, Kha'Zix being banned, the final chat ban, Kha'Zix OP, the annoying bug. We'll just leave it at that. You guys can find out. If you guys want to find out why Kha'Zix is annoying, just ask the high elo players of Dominion. And now we do see the regular bans coming out. Talon, Zyra, and Jayce on the blue side. All of them offers a ton of burst damage. Zyra with that knock-up. Jayce with that blat. And I do want to see like a higher crit than the 12k. What is it?
You want to break that new record?
Yeah, I want to see a new record on Jayce. And then on purple side, we do see Kassadin being banned, Lulu being banned. Kassadin just always 100% pick or ban rate. Meanwhile, Lulu being banned out offers a whole lot of damage, as well as that AoE ult, and Maokai being banned out for purple side. Maokai just that tank, damage reduction ult, and those saplings to provide vision around the map.
Alright, and I'm going to get my Blossers up in time, it looks like, and oh dear! That's an Nidalee!
Oh... I'm not so sure if they should have let that through now, because we have seen some good Nidalees yesterday and weeks before. I'm not so sure.
Kha'Zix and Painkiller can play Nidalee, like, really well. So, that can be potentially disasterific. Nidalee is... Let's do a little bit of a detailed explanation of why Nidalee is really good. We say, oh man, her damage is crazy. Well, it's not just that. One, her poke damage is intense. Everybody already knows that. But here's what that actually means in gameplay terms. It means that a Nidalee standing on the opposite side of a point, you cannot capture a point against her. Period. It will not happen. She can hang back far enough that you cannot get to her. If you stand still and try to channel, you're going to take a spear to the face. Because the cooldown on recapturing and the cooldown of her spear, she will always have it up to be able to interrupt you. So one-on-one, all you can do really is stand around and dodge spears and keep Nidalee up there and wait for your teammates, hers and yours, to show up and then try and pick a different kind of fight. Now, secondly to that, Nidalee has a heal, which is absolutely annoying because, yeah, just when you thought she was dead or her ally was dead, Nidalee actually brings that support utility a little bit. And a lot of people really forget about that being in her kit at all. They just think, oh, Nidalee chucks spears all day, but they don't realize that she's also bringing a bunch of sustained team fights when she gets involved in those. And her escape is really, really good. You think, oh, it's Nidalee, she doesn't have an escape. No, she just does that cat jump 6, 7, 8 times in a row for, like, 2 feet of movement, and she just keeps away from you the entire time because it's the most annoying escape in the game, other than maybe Teemo's move quick. Come here, cat jump, no! Cat jump, no! Cat jump, no! And nothing. But then all of a sudden, you turn around to break it off, right? And then she shape changes back into a human and throws a spear at your back and you die. So you have to chase her, even though you can't kill her, because if you let her get too far away, she'll chuck a spear at you. So you have to mindlessly chase her, even though you won't be able to get the KB or catch her at all, just to keep her from being able to spear people. Because if you think, oh, Nidalee's at low health, she's out of the fight, nope, that's completely wrong. Nidalee's out of the fight physically, but her spears can still reach in like a tendril from an ancient creature beneath the ocean, reaching up to grab your battleship and crush it like tiny, tiny egg.
Kraken?
Yeah.
All
Cracking
right.
it like a tiny, tiny egg. I like that.
Cracking it.
So that's why Nidalee is really, really powerful. I don't think we've gone over the full version in a while, but that's what's up with her.
There will be an after show where we'll have a talk show with Nidalee herself talking about why she is OP in Dominion. But meanwhile, before we get to that, Afro Dynasty and Taker Pill locking in the Leona+Swain. Meanwhile, Krog and Exquisite locking in Brand and Jarvan and Snide locking in that Lux, and Forgot the Icing is hovering over that Xin Zhao, potentially going to be locked in, and we will talk about these picks as soon as we finally see that pick. And Afro Dynasty switching over something about, I'm not so sure, probably a skin, I don't know, but okay. But before we get to that, Afro Dynasty taking Leona and Taker Pill on Swain. Swain is a great pick on Taker Pill. Taker Pill is actually an exceptional Swain. Yesterday, against Dango Ninjas, they played exceptionally well with that Swain pick. They were able to hold off Dango Ninjas, aka In Walls We Trust, by having a 200-point lead. But In Walls We Trust turned it around and took the game. Snide on Lux has that amazing ult, and Snide actually is able to hit those long-range ultimates that usually are hard to hit. Forgot the Icing on that Xin Zhao. Xin Zhao last game was just amazing, ripping through everyone, dealing a lot of damage. Now, on the blue side, we do see Krog on Jarvan, Brand being played by Exquisite, Wawix highlighting the Amumu, and Lurch highlighting Trundle. Now, Trundle is going to be brought into the bot lane, and Wawix is going to probably pick up the Jarvan, I am assuming, unless he is playing Amumu up in the top. And Amumu offers a lot of CC for the team, has that bandage toss, does health per damage, also has that reduction from his passive if he is able to hit anyone. Brand dealing tons of damage, Pyroclasm, Pillar of Flame, everything, you name it, he's just going to burn everyone down. Jarvan just being there to lock them up so that Brand's job is much easier, has that knock-up, has that AoE ult of the Cataclysm, as well as that steroid, and being a tank overall.
And looking at the Nidalee and the Amumu pick, I would not be surprised to see those two traded between those players. Painkiller's Amumu was the reason that the Painkiller survival method exists. The Painkiller survival method refers to the style of play where you remain on the outskirts of a fight at, like, frighteningly low hit points because you still have a full mana pool. That's something that we see happen a lot. And there's the switch right there. Painkiller going to be on that Amumu. The way this works is you get really low on health, right? Let's say you still have half your mana bar or something like that. So you still have enough mana to press buttons, but you can't really do it safely. So you hang out on the outside of a fight. You wait until you see the enemy use their CC or one of their other abilities or something like that. And then you do a bandage toss in and something like that. Or you wait around the jungle to cut them off if they try to retreat at low health. You just stay around until the fight is completely over. You just play it really safe. Play it in the fog of war maybe, hang out. And you just wait, because if you have mana, you can do something. If you don't have mana, maybe not. But it's like being a LeBlanc and waiting around at 100 hit points and knowing I can full combo someone if they break off this fight, but I can't stand around or I'll die.
Yeah, and we do see Michael Bay locking in that Jax, so he is going to bring that Jax into the bot lane against Lurch's Trundle. Now, Jax versus Trundle, this is going to be an interesting matchup because Trundle is able to steal that AD from Jax, but if Jax gets a kill or is able to get some farm and having gangs to back him up, and once he gets going, Jax does get going, and we all know that once Jax gets going, it's impossible to stop him unless you 2v1, 3v1, maybe even a 4v1.
You need one of those sand pits that runaway trucks crash into.
Exactly.
Like, who's a good sand pit? Trundle is a pretty solid one, and Amumu can be too, depending upon how they build. Painkiller tends to go a little bit more AP, but he can go either way on his Amumu. He can build out full-on tanky or full-on AP, or just do a little bit of mix of both. Seeing that Garrison, though, makes me think he's going to go a little bit more tanky this game.
Maybe. So he's probably planning on diving turrets. I'm not so sure, though, because we do see that if they do dive turrets, they're going against a team that will completely destroy them under a dive. They have a Lux snare, they have Swain snare, they have Leona+Swain, and they have a Zhao that can just knock them back as they're diving.
There's a lot of crowd control that can keep people in place and just kind of let Jax swing at people. Because normally you'd think, oh, you bandage toss out, or you J4 dash out, you Nidalee jump out, whatever. Nah, snare. Jax just keeps swinging away with his lamppost. There's a bunch of lamppost-shaped bruises on you. It's not very friendly. Your health insurance might not cover that even. Make sure you find out if you have Jax insurance when you sign up for Obamacare.
Well, it's a good thing I don't have to sign up for Obamacare.
Yeah, hey, yeah, you get to pass on that for a little while still. You don't have to worry about that extra paying that money every month.
Yep. Yeah, as we're approaching that minute from getting into the game, let's just go over the teams once again. This is Cheese Enema, aka Warwick's RP Farm, versus Everglade Tree Lovers. We have on the blue side, it is Cheese Enema. We have Painkillers on that Amumu, Krog on that Jarvan, Exquisite on Brand, Warwick's rocking the Nidalee, and Lurch with that Trundle in the bot lane. While on the purple side, we have Afro Dynasty playing the Leona for Everglade Tree Lovers. Take your pill on that Swain. Snide Sentinel on his Lux. Forgot the icing on Zhao. And Michael Bay not creating explosions, but creating lamppost dents on that Jax in the bot lane.
You could create explosions if you wanted to. He's taking a day off from it. I'm liking that CV that I'm seeing over there on Snide Sentinel's Lux. Vision is not as common as it used to be because of some really intense nerfs to Hextech Sweeper and Grez's Spectral Lantern. The range on them is so short that it's not worth buying anymore. Because a really good example is Jax and Zhao. If you are Brand and you want to take your Hextech Sweeper, you want to walk over to a bush, you want to click on it with the Sweeper to reveal it, right? You have to be in range of Leap Strike and Audacious Charge. So why on earth would we buy an item to defeat being ganked that requires us to be ganked?
Usually, I think the Sweeper nerf, it was just a lot that changed the current meta of Dominion. But I think tanks are starting to pick up. I'm not so sure, but in my opinion, I think the tanks should pick up the Sweepers so that they can walk in and they're going to be forced to use all the burst for the people. Because once they're sweeped out and they are forced to fight, most of the people are going to be focusing the very first target in front of them and not the back line. So the tank should be the one to get the Sweeper and just tank up all that damage, giving enough time for the back line to deal enough damage to their front line and just completely wrecking face.
Look at that Nidalee skin. I love that. Snow Bunny Nidalee. It's very
and we got
Christmassy.
re-gifted. Yeah, and we got re-gifted Amumu as well. So we got 2 Christmas skins to the 1. Everglade, they need some skins.
They need some Christmas cheer, man. It's almost, man. Whoa, it's like a couple days.
Yeah, in just 2 days for Christmas. Well, 2-3 days. I'm not so sure how to count it, but yeah, only just a few more days till Christmas, and then we all wake up, get our presents, and celebrate with some Dominion as well.
Psh, I'm going to work on Christmas. I gotta get that time and a half pay, man.
Well, that's
everybody wants Christmas off, and I just like jump up and down volunteering for it. Like, what do you need me for? 6 hours? 9 hours? 10? Yeah, cool. I'm gonna work like 6 to 2 or 6 to 4 or something like that, because dinner's not until like 5 or 6. So, you guys don't want that money? Give me that. Yeah, I'll take it. I'm not doing anything in the morning anyway. We do all the gifts and stuff at night, during Christmas dinner. So, because I don't know, that's just the way it's happened the last few years. So now I just go to work, get paid a whole bunch extra, get mad tips because people are like, "Oh, you have to work on Christmas." I'm like, "Oh yeah, it's it's unfortunate, but I deal with it." I'm like, "Oh well, here, keep the change, honey."
Aww.
It's amazing. Love
That's
it.
a good
People
thing.
are so nice on Christmas. No one gets mad and yells, about anything. Like we get like no complaints a day. If any, like it's the customers are great. You get tips. You get time and a half pay. Go home, eat steak and lobster because apparently that's Christmas dinner. Like what is Christmas? It's amazing.
It's everything.
And
But
it's,
yeah,
take a look at the starting items. I turned on KDA, guys. Hey, man. Pro caster number 1. Lurch opening with a pickaxe. He just really wants to get in to that Hydra as quick as he can, because Trundle's wave clear is kind of sad until then. Nope. He's going to resell, rebuy. What are you going to do, Lurch? What are you going to do?
he's probably going to switch into that Prospectors, and there it is.
Blade
just
and
as I
pots
say.
instead. Yeah, pretty safe there.
I like how everyone's lining up their items. Ah, man, my voice just got a little horsey.
I actually think that it's some algorithm does that. Like some sort of code or something makes them appear in a certain way, because I see that like consistently despite buying my items in a different order.
Not so sure. And
I don't know,
you
though.
see something different coming in for I'm trying to remember the name. Cheese Enema or Walworks RP Farm. They did a double cap at the midpoint, so having that double cap, it pushes them to cap that midpoint much faster than Purple Team, but it may have sacrificed a little bit because Purple Team was able to get some point on their side towards that top cap.
And they landed a really good set of poke before this fight even broke out up here between Brand and
Afro
Nid.
Dynasty jumping in, and you're not in very good position, Afro, but while I'm saying that, Forgot the Icing is jumping onto Exquisite, gets ignited now, misses the stun, but a lot of damage coming out from Purple Team, and this is something that Blue Team does not have early on. They don't have that early damage potential compared to Purple Team, and Purple Team is coming up on the top. We do see revives being popped, but Afro Dynasty now taking the chance to cap it. If Snide and Forgot the Icing can defend them for a time, that spear just nearly doing enough damage.
So close, but not quite yet. You just get a little bit more of that AP rolling. Another thing about Nidalee that makes her really useful, we've talked about Nidalee in quite a bit of detail earlier during the Champ Select portion, but Snide Sentinel getting sniped out with that stun is going to go down. Nidalee also gives a, damn, the spears. Man, WoW just keeps me talking. The traps from Nidalee reveal. They give vision, and vision is something that is difficult to come by now since the items are not nearly as attractive purchases as they used to be before. So having that extra vision is really, really nice. See that reveal right here on Snide Sentinel? It just blows their cover entirely. See Snide Sentinel falling back, and they were going to go for maybe a gank play or something here, but with that reveal from Bushwhack, then, hey, it just ruins everything. Plus, Armor MR Shred on top of that, it's such a good utility spell. You can throw those down in fights, and people hardly ever notice.
Yeah, and meanwhile, at the bot lane, Lurch being pushed to his tower by Michael Bay. Michael Bay showing how much damage Jax can do. Even though it's early on, and he doesn't have those items that gets him going, he is just showing his dominance to Lurch, as Lurch does take a while to get rolling for his items. Meanwhile, up at the top, Painkiller, now being the focus, jumps back in, takes the noble sacrifice for the team, and does go down to the end too. Forgot the icing on that Jin Zhao. Meanwhile, Snide trying to pick off Brand, but does not, gets revealed, and Brand is able to back away. Now the point is now being captured. Gonna see a neutralize. Afro Dynasty doing the right thing by being a block, but here comes the Garrison, a great Garrison from Painkiller. And the spears are coming out. Now here comes a fight that Blue Team really wants to win, and Krog just able to CC. Now here comes the Cataclysm. A nice Cataclysm does connect. Spear connects onto Take Your Pill. Snide Sentinel gets taken down by that Amumu bandage. Forgot the Icing trying to do his best to get at least one kill, but goes down into the end to Exquisite Brand and Take Your Pill sitting in the back as Swain trying to survive. If Painkiller can get the bandage, a knockup misses, does land the bandage, and the kill does go to Blue Team, and that was an amazing play from them. But as I said, that Solar Flare does take down Brand in the end.
Afro Dynasty up here getting tangled up with the enemy, buying time for Zhao to catch up. Zhao gonna be stopped in his tracks by Painkiller. Crowd control all day long. Wowix dives in, picks up the KB there, and it retreats back to chuck some more spears. And Krog not even going to go down. Just brilliant crowd control sequence there. And oh dear, Jarvan, go home, you're drunk.
Yep, getting sniped out by Snide. Snide showing why he is exceptional on Lux, hitting those ults at point blank. That's why Afro Dynasty is really liking the Ezreal. That's why he's such a strong Ezreal. Maybe on par with Acoustic Ninja's Ezreal. Both him and Snide are able to combine their ultimates, and landing those long-range ults and hitting them is amazing. That shows teamwork and coordination, as well as the mechanics between the two of understanding their champions.
Yeah, having those long-range abilities is extremely useful on this map as well, because they're multi-target interrupts. They hit multiple people at once, AoE, line effect, which means it forces some odd positioning when you're trying to capture towers against people that have those global. Spear, like, just barely being outrun there. Wowix not able to land that one. Pillar going down. Afro doing a good job taking up front, but Krog dives through for Take Your Pill, but the Lux Snare from Snide Sentinel is going to enable Swain to get away.
Yeah, and we did see the Pyroclasm being popped by Exquisite, and it didn't connect. Afro Dynasty did what a tank is supposed to do. Tank up all that damage and not let the rest of his team get hit.
Ooh, forgot the icing popped his speed buff there a little bit early and didn't get to use it.
He's not in a very good position now, as he may get caught out. The bandit shots does miss. Krog does not have that. He does have that Cataclysm. He could use it, turn back, but a nice Lux ult connects with Painkiller and takes him down the end. Pillar Flame comes down. Take Your Pill is on Exquisite's back, and Exquisite now in a really bad position. Gets taken down in the end by Take Your Pill. Meanwhile, Jarvan backing out, and Wowix actually landing a spear, or actually no. Snide Sentinel stepped on a trap and actually died to Wowix's trap.
Dang! Freaking Lurch on Trundle down the bottom lane, able to take down Sauron. Sauron got a really good engagement, but Lurch was able to turn it around with that Subjugate. Very nice.
Yes, now that Trundle has that Tiamat, he's going to be pushing much faster, and once he builds a Spirit's Visage or maybe even some more lifesteal, he's going to be able to be, he's going to be unkillable at this rate. Jax, all he has to do is just farm up, maybe get a Blade of the Ruin King to stop that health damage, but as I'm saying that, in the mid lane, there's a fight that went on, and Snide gets taken out by Jarvan.
Exquisite and Krog going for the drill over here. Painkiller joining in as well. They are able to get the neutral just barely. Take Your Pill on his way back. Puts a little bit of hurt on Jarvan. Forgot the icing, turns around to help him out with that. Exquisite's doing a good job of hanging out in the back, able to contribute damage into the fight from a very respectable distance. So that's why they got tangled up with J4 and Amumu the most. They just could not quite get to Brand. Pyroclasm being thrown down does not bounce very well.
Yeah, but Afro Dynasty doing his best to interrupt until Snide gets back. A great Lux ult comes across, and all of them are really low. They took a lot of damage. That Bandage just
that stun combo. That stun combo was great. Managed to pick up the capture on that. Exquisite was probably looking for that Seer on Snide Sentinel before Xin got a little bit too close.
Snide Sentinel.
Ooh, the flash play!
And gets taken out.
Wowix able to jump away.
Once that Nidalee pick gets going, and Jarvan sitting 6-2 and Nidalee 5-0-5, all their team's kills. They're like monsters right now. You can't fight them in this 1v1 or in like the 4v4 fights. Nidalee is just able to throw all those spears, and Jarvan just being a tank and dealing tons of damage to the enemy team. This is going to be tough for Purple Team to come back.
Someone pointed out in the chat that I called Jax Sauron again. Sorry, that's an old habit. There was a running gag for a while where we would always call Jax Sauron because of how often Sauron played Jax. And occasionally I still slip. It used to happen with Jarvan also. Both teams looking around for positioning in the middle of the map. Wowix has seen, forgot the icing, does land a good spear, which also chains through that Storm Shield damage as well, which makes Nidalee a very useful conduit for deploying that. Painkiller with a stun on Afro Dynasty, but that's just a little bit of a harass trade there and not an actual engage because his teammates were a little bit too far back.
Yeah, and we do see now Purple Team is in a really bad situation because now they're being forced in their own jungle to fight. Meanwhile, at the bot lane, Take Your Pill is now taking on Trundle, but Lurch is coming in, pops the ult, pops everything, jumps right in onto Take Your Pill. Ignite. Was there any? No, there was no Ignite. But the Morellogonomicon passive effect that inflicts a grievous wound, that it just stops his healing. Meanwhile, Michael getting the jump onto Exquisite, and that combo from Snide Sentinel was able to take him down in the end.
Ooh, good bandage toss on the Snide Sentinel by Painkiller. Wowix taken back. There's that Curse the Sad Mummy, but Aphrodite standing in the exact wrong place for Wowix to try and deploy a spear there. Good body blocking coming from Aphrodynasty for his ally, but now there's an open path. Zenith Blade's keeping him back. Snare and Stun keeping him back. Wowix not able to do what he wants to. Chucks a spear. No one home, unfortunately. And Take Your Pill now moving down the bottom lane with Michael Bay going after Lurch here. And Michael Bay's just going to go back to doing a little bit of minion cleanup as Take Your Pill pursues Lurch across the map. Lurch has a little bit of armor going for him, but really no other defensive stats at the moment, and that's why he's taking so much damage from Take Your Pill. Good stun! Oh, don't get too close to that, Michael Bay. The Pyroclasm didn't actually chain over to Bay's Jax, and it looks like he's going to turn around for Lurch, pick up the kill against him. And does he have anything left to go after Exquisite? No, counterattack is down. Leaf Strike has only just come up. He's going to use it to disengage with.
Yeah, Exquisite, a nice Pyroclasm from him. Able to connect with Take Your Pill twice there, but not hitting Michael Bay. If it had hit Michael Bay and Michael Bay had jumped in to fight, but while I'm saying that, Michael Bay jumping in to fight Exquisite, gets stunned up though. If he gets hit by a Pillar of Flame, he could have died, but due to cooldowns, Exquisite not being able to finish off Michael Bay, and they both live with barely any HP.
Michael Bay is just going to let him go there. Brand recalling like that. Jax doesn't have any ability to approach and interrupt that recall, so it was a very, very safe recall, despite it being in the middle of the lane, because he knew that if Jax tried to get in on him, he was just one Seer can flag away from disaster.
Yeah, now we do see that Purple Team is now starting to gain a bit of more control of their jungle area. The traps in those bushes force Aphrodite in awkward positions, but a nice catch onto Exquisite. Painkiller gets caught up in that snare as well, and now, but jumps right in onto Forgot the Icing. This could look bad. Dodges a spear from Sentinel. Sentinel is doing his best to at least get the burst. They do pick up the kill onto Amumu. Meanwhile, Jarvan and Nidalee are running for their life, and the quest does come up now, but they do have minions. Snide getting caught up. This is not good. Snide gets taken down in the end and gets exhausted onto Forgot the Icing. Jarvan jumps onto him, Cataclysm onto him. Forgot the Icing trying to do his best, much damage, but gets taken down in the end.
Bottom part of the map, Lurch has pushed a neutral into Michael Bay's tower once again, and throws down a pillar to keep it neutral. So this is going to be neutral for a little while unless they decide to go for an engagement, which I don't think Michael Bay can win currently. Actually, Subjugate's not up on Lurch. The counterattack misses. Bay may be able to go for this here against Lurch. Lurch is falling back, so it looks like he doesn't feel like he has it, and dies to Leap Strike. Yeah, now that the midpoint is neutralized for blue side, Krog is now in a really bad situation. Nice spear connects onto Take Your Pill. Take Your Pill is trying his best to heal up, but gets taken down in the end by Brand. Wowix is now chasing away Snide. Snide gets connected with that spear and goes down in the end. Another good flash play from Wowix, being able to get that double gap closer going on to get in range of Lux to eventually deliver the spear. Otherwise, she might have been a little bit too far away and had more time to dodge had he thrown it from a greater distance. And oh dear, Michael Bay has something to say about Brand. Yeah, that was Exquisite nearly getting away with that flash play, but thanks to Zenith Blade following their target no matter what happens, Aphrodite was able to stay on them, and by taking out Krog and Wowix being forced to pop the revive, they are able to neutralize the top point. Now, Painkiller jumping in, spears do connect. Nice connection of the ults as well as the snares. And Lurch just coming in, wrecking, double kill onto Lurch. Snide Sentinel now being the focus. Krog takes him down. Take Your Pill gets the capture, so they do get the quest, but I'm not sure if the quest is worth it now because this is a 3v1 under turret. Krog is hanging up a lot of damage. Take Your Pill gets hit by the spear. Morellogonomicon passive goes off, and they were able to take him down through all of that. But after Dynasty coming up now, the fight never stops with these guys. Wowix being stunned up, gets Zenith Blade, pops the Youmu's from Forgot the Icing. Pillar does not block them from coming in, and Forgot the Icing is trying to cap it. Meanwhile, Afro just providing a nuisance, stopping Lurch in his tracks. But Lurch coming in, he's going to stop the cap. And forgot the icing is going to go around for the continuation of that capture instead of going for the kill against Lurch there. Dash through from J4 is going to interrupt that. Aphrodite's still alive, but he's not down here protecting Brand. Unfortunately, the Pyroclasm not going to be enough to finish him off, even with that Blaze burn.
Yeah, just constant fightings here at the top area. A nice bandage toss, able to dodge the snare from Take Your Pill. Krog now in a bad situation, gets taken out in the end. Painkiller trying to focus down Snide. Snide, you need to get out of there, otherwise you're going to go down. Take Your Pill acting as the body shield. Nice play by them. Gets killed in the end, and will take that top point back to purple team. Meanwhile, at the bot, we did see the neutral, and a pause comes out, actually.
I think Take Your Pill might have DC'd or something like that, because he was standing there for a while just burning man, and I was like, what is going on there?
Yeah, maybe Take Your Pill did DC. I'm checking the bot replay on the stream.
He killed Amumu so hard his connection broke. He used up all of his internet to make that play.
Yeah. Yeah, he did DC there. So we do have the pause coming out, so we're going to just... It's going to be a bit until we get confirmation on Take Your Pill if he's able to reconnect. So, Gandair, I'm wondering.
Yeah.
Do you think this is a strategic pause as well? Because for blue team, they need to think about this. They got neutraled bot, and top is going back into purple team's favor. So it's going to be a 3-2 cap in favor of purple team. Blue team, what do you think they need to do to get this back in their favor, get that 3-2 cap, or potentially a 4-1 cap?
Well, they are going to have Nid and Brand arriving at the top very soon. They are going to finish the capture at the top. Before that happens, however, I don't know if there will be a window for Nidalee to be able to land that spear on Lux that would just insta-kill her, even if she pops her shield. I don't think... No, Wowix doesn't have flash up, so I'm pretty sure he can't reach it before Snide Sentinel's able to get around behind the point. Take Your Pill, really, really low on mana. Not going to have a lot to play with against a full hit point in mana, Nidalee, and Brand. So they can win that fight. But are they going to be able to delay long enough for Leo and Xin to catch up? That's the question.
Yeah, now we do see the game being unpaused, and Take Your Pill with that amount of mana does a spear connect onto Snide. That
very
was
good
just
spear.
Barely any health. Exquisite, now reading the situation, knows that Snide is really low. He needs to get out. If Snide does not get out, that's another free kill going onto the side of blue team. But while I'm saying that, Wawix gets taken out by Leona and Jin Zhao, as well as Brand is just pushing up the lane. Now this is not good. If Brand gets caught out here, they're going to make a play for the enemy mid. Forgot the icing. It's going to jump in. Nice Pyroclasm.
Good Pyroclasm. It's going to weaken Xin a little bit. He's going to turn around. He's probably going to heal off those minions. Bottom part of the map, though. Krog going down for the gank against Lurch. Ooh, we got to split up against the Lux. You have to split against the Lux. Otherwise, you're both going to take that laser and be interrupted. So you have to make sure to spread out. They did not there, so both of them had to fall back.
Yeah, great ult coming in from Snide, stopping the cap, just giving them time for purple team to regroup and set up a defense at their bottom point. Meanwhile, up at the top, Forgot the Icing gets caught out by Painkiller and Wallix. Painkiller missing the bandage, Krog trying to do his best. Garrison being used, reducing the damage dealt, and Wallix does get the double kill onto Leona. Painkiller jumping onto Snide. Nice stun from Brand, lands. Doing their best to neutralize it. Krog does neutralize it, but here comes Take Your Pill. Take Your Pill, you're not in a good position right now. This is not good, but that Lux laser just doing enough damage to take down Painkiller. Meanwhile, Take Your Pill needs to...
Ooh,
I think he needs mana regen.
Nope, I think his connection freaked out again.
Yeah, that was BM from blue team.
Well, he didn't know. He was out of vision.
Yeah, he was out of vision, but then again... They just saw him standing there, so they don't know. But okay, yeah, and there's the disconnect. We're probably gonna see Take Your Pill reconnect in a bit, so we're not so sure on what the internet issue is at his place.
I wish I could reach into the future and tell them to keep it paused for a minute so I can put my laundry in the dryer. Like, actually, I could theoretically do that. I could put it on directed camera and get up real quick. Yeah. No, I can't until the screen comes back. Never mind, it wouldn't work. I have to put the... Because if it's longer than 3 minutes, then they could stream snipe it up a little bit.
Yeah,
So, well, I'll just try to get it done after game.
Yeah.
2 hours. How much more time do I have here? 4:08. Ooh.
You got
I got like an hour and like maybe
so.
10, 15 minutes ish after that.
Yeah, hopefully the pause does not last a long time. Like, hopefully we don't have to go into a remake where we have to start the game over. I'm not so sure about the remake, though. Do you think that they will be ruled to just play in a 4v5? But we do see the reconnect from Take Your Pill.
Yeah, we have plenty of pause time we can eat, you know, still.
Yeah, but, like, in certain situations, though, like, if the pause time did run out, like, let's say the internet did break and, like, he had to go to a completely new area to play the game, do you think that if the time did run out, would Purple Team have to continue with that, with a 4v5?
I don't know. That's something we'd have to run by the admin. I don't have the credentials to make the call on that. And so top part can be taken back in favor of the blue team over there. Wowix's RP farm. Forgot the icing is going to pick up this top part just fine.
Yeah, meanwhile, at the bot, Lurch and Michael Bay just going at it, and Lurch, now he has that Randuin's, he has that Ravenous Hydra. He is just doing tons of damage to Michael Bay. Michael Bay not nearly at the point where he can survive Lurch's burst, because Lurch steals AD. Not only that, he also has a Randuin's that slows attack speed, which Jax really likes to have, because he wants to constantly be hitting. But while I'm saying that, the fight continues, and oh, a nice escape from Jin Zhao. But the Pyroclasm comes out.
Ooh,
oh,
that Zenith Blade!
That Zenith Blade from Afro Dynasty. Exquisite, not on point with his Pyroclasm, but they're turning the fight around as they're diving under turret. This is not good for Purple Team. Purple Team needs to think this through. They do get the neutralize. Wowix does get the kill onto Take Your Pill, and now Forgot the Icing is in a really tricky situation. He either needs to back out, or he could try to stop them from capping it back.
Oh man, that minion blocking that spear just saved Forgot the Icing pretty hard. And I like this. This is a situation in which you do take the relic before you leave, is what happened down there in the bottom lane. If you have no allies nearby, steal the relic, because that means when you leave, the enemy could get it instead. If you do have an ally nearby, don't take it. Let your friend get it. Give to your friends, steal from your enemies. That's the way the health relics work. If you have a friend, just let him have it. Oh, Afro Dynasty stepped into trap. You've activated Nidalee's trap card. It's a counter trap, so it's speed 3 and you're screwed.
Activate my trap card. Reveal.
Oh, entire enemy team. Oh no.
Yeah, and the spear does connect onto Side Sentinel. Afro Dynasty jumping in onto Exquisite, dealing at least tanking up most of the damage, not nearly down. Meanwhile, Painkiller taking Michael Bay down pretty low, but that was with the turret as well. But if Michael Bay gets hit by that spear, gets taken down. Boom, shots fired.
Brutal.
Another spear lands onto Afro Dynasty. Afro Dynasty taking down really low. Gets, what is that? Conflagration?
Conflagration. Just call it conflag. It's easier than using all those extra letters. And
I'll just say it's E.
Dash it in
nice
for it.
Pyroclasm.
Yeah. Not gonna be able to make it out of there. I mean, he had to go through that dive. He didn't really have any way to escape. If he walks away, Nidalee does more damage. Still seer ranged attack. You know, try and weaken him a little bit. See if you can force him to recall, get him in an uncomfortable position instead.
Yeah, and Brand was already marked. Already had marked him with Conflagration, and was just needing to throw out his seer to land that stun.
Triforces everywhere. Forgot the Icing with one, and Michael Bay also with one.
Yep, they scored the shutdown though. Yeah. Onto Exquisite, on that Brand. He did pop the revive, and now we're gonna see another big fight coming up at the top. This is pretty much the do or die fight for Purple Team. If Purple Team loses this fight, that's gonna be game. A nice ult coming in from Snide, but does not connect with Krog. Meanwhile, they're doing their best to lower the time on that turret. Forgot the Icing. Nice garrison from Painkiller. Forgot the Icing now jumping back onto Exquisite. Exquisite being the focus. Flashes out. Nice Pyroclasm.
Oh, that Pyroclasm was so powerful. Exquisite almost biting the dirt there, but Painkiller able to bail him out at the last second. Good job, Painkiller.
Yeah, now 25 seconds left. I'm not so sure. Do you think that Purple Team could get a cap in that amount of time?
Not with Amumu there.
Yeah.
Oh, Mumu's recalling. What if they push for top and intercept mid J4 and sweep them? Yes, but it looks like J4 might be J4 is probably a little bit too durable for that. Bottom point, however, having to dedicate Xin to the bottom, yeah, they don't have it.
Yeah, that's gonna be.
Wowx's RP farm is gonna win the game.
Yep. But that was a great game from both sides. Sadly, Take Your Pill had to take a nice snipe onto Exquisite. That was just amazing, but I don't think that's enough to take down the Wowx RP farm, as they do take the win over Everglade Tree Lovers.
Yep. And that means they're going to go on to the whatever game is next. I only say that because it's double elim, and I'm not as familiar with casting that.
Yeah.
Gotta step my commentary game up with a step ladder.
The ladder.
Do you know why? My teammate Riois told me why it's a step ladder. Do you know why it's a step ladder?
Why?
Because the real ladder left when he was 3.
Okay.
Shoutouts to my friend Riois. He told me to use that joke in a cast someday. So, there you go,
You
man.
better be watching.
I'll just show him the VOD, man. He'll get a kick out of that.
And he'll be like, ah, you did, ah.
Yeah.
He's just like, ah.
Yeah, see, take a look right here. Okay, look at, remember what I was saying about in-game? You know how the Triforces are on the far left if you look at the in-game? Now look at him here. Look at they're in completely different places. See that?
Yeah.
What? I swear it's different in-game, man. I don't know, though.
I guess it's just a spectator.
Might be just a spec client. Because they always seem to appear in the same place, and, like, you can see that it's all the way on the right, the Triforce there, so I don't know what's up with that. Let's take a look at the damage dealt. 2 champions. Brand and Nid, both up top. Pretty even spread. Brand's only ahead by about 620, something like that. But really good spread from the bottom team, which was Everglade's team. Leo, the only one not breaking 30k. Everyone else doing a pretty good job of it. So a good split from them. Let's take a look at time spent dead. Gonna be Lux with a lot.
Just 2 seconds over 225.
Yep.
But for blue team, it's Painkiller. Sacrificing himself, though, that as an Amumu, he is the tank. He needs to sacrifice himself so that Brand and everyone else can deal enough damage.
Oh, Wowx's RP farm is Cheese Enema here. Okay.
Yeah.
Oops. My bad. They play under both names with slightly different rosters. So, I think there's like a 2-player difference between each one of the teams, but they have 3 people the same. So, I'm sorry about that. I will, I'll make, it will be correct in all the VOD labeling. Like, I can guarantee you that at least. I will double check it before I publish. So, we're going to go to the next game in just a moment here. I have to put something in the laundry. I will be right back in just a moment. Here, have some final